Okay, so good morning, everyone, and welcome to the IMI Europe Inkjet Ink Development Conference. This is a first in two ways. Firstly, it's the first Inkjet Ink Development Conference that IMI Europe has done. Secondly, it's the first conference that IMI Europe has done while I've been the one who's responsible for it going wrong. So fingers crossed, and hopefully we'll get through it without anything too bad happening other than the poor guy who just walked into the door out there, who I hope is okay. We'll discuss that later if we need to. Okay, so on to the conference. So the background to this is that we think there's an increasing importance of ink as a central part of inkjet. Might be an obvious thing to say, but it's becoming increasingly important as the applications that inkjet is used for are becoming more and more diverse. Every single one of those applications calls for a new type of ink, and that calls for people to develop those inks and test them and manufacture them and make sure they're working adequately. So we believe there's a time for greater focus on the importance of ink development within the industry, and hence the reason for this event. And the idea of this event is to bring developers together with other developers and also to suppliers of raw materials, equipment, techniques, anything other things that people are interested in, and allow people to understand what's going on in the industry and what's new. So that's what we're trying to achieve. Please let us know at the end of these 2 days whether you think we are achieving that, what we can improve, what we can work on, and we'll see what we can do. Just a little bit about some of the other events we're doing. There are some brochures outside for some of these events. There are events in the USA that are listed up there, our partner company in the USA. The next European event is the Inkjet Summer School, which is in June in Heidelberg in Germany. We'll say a little bit more about that in a second. Then we have the Inkjet Technology Showcase in Chicago in September, where suppliers from all parts of the industry can show what they're doing and new developments. And we're also doing a small part of the Imprint show, which is in Milan later on in the year. We're doing some technical talks that are hosting those, so it'd be great to see you there as well. And last but not least, our kind of flagship event at the end of the year, the Digital Print Europe event, which we're holding in Amsterdam again this year, as we did last year. So a little bit more about some of those. The Summer School, which, as I said, is being held in Heidelberg. This is a series of technical courses aimed at important parts of the industry. So we have a version of the Inkjet Academy, which Mike told you about yesterday if you were here for our free short course. There's also a course on digital textile printing, one on ink manufacturing, which we've done several times in the past. Also, if you were particularly interested in the way printheads work from yesterday's course, then the Fluid Dynamics and Acoustics course is a very in-depth look at how printheads work in detail. We have a new course on inkjet ink characterization, which is following through this importance of making inks work properly, and also a course on jetting functional fluids. That's being held, as I said, in Heidelberg. It's actually in the Heidelberg Print Media Academy there, and the course includes a free tour of the Heidelberg Druck machine and laboratory tour, R&D lab tour. Find out more on our website, or the brochures are outside. Christine can give you a copy. The Amsterdam event I mentioned, Digital Print Europe. This is industry leaders telling you about the latest updates in the industry. It's being held in Amsterdam, as I said, and it's aimed at sort of high-level strategic look at where the industry is going. And again, you can find out more about that. So back to this course. You have in front of you, hopefully, a copy of the course guide with the event program. All of the presentations are downloadable. The link and the password is up there on the screen. It's also printed on the list of attendees that you have as well. If you don't have that, let one of us know and we can give that to you. So all of the presentations are there, as well as an up-to-date copy of the IT Strategies Market Report, which we give out to all of our conference attendees. This conference is being done a little bit differently to the way we've done conferences before. So I just wanted to tell you a little bit about those. One is that we're having specific session chairs for each of the sessions. They're listed up there. So the first session, which is about to start, is on colorants and dispersions, and it's being chaired by Dr. Phil Double. The second one is on equipment and techniques, chaired by Dr. Thomas Bennon. Third, so the first session tomorrow is on materials and formulation, and it's being chaired by Holly Steedman of Inkjet. And the last session, which is on processes and applications, tomorrow afternoon, is being chaired by me. We have lunches both days, you'll be pleased to know. Slightly different times, 1 o'clock today and 12:30 tomorrow. We also have a reception this evening, which is drinks and nibbles to eat. It's being held in this area right here, and it's immediately after the session today at 5:30 or so. There are also morning and afternoon refreshment breaks. And as you've seen, there are sponsor displays outside. Which brings me to the next slide, which is to thank very much the sponsors of this event, which have been extremely helpful in making the event what it is. Firstly, our gold sponsor, who is Sensient, and we have quite a few people from Sensient here today, and some coming along tonight as well, so please say hello to them. We also have 2 silver sponsors, Fujifilm Dramatics and Netch. And then we have bronze sponsors, Adfos, Alchemy, Image Expert, Microtrack, Sigmund Lindner. And we have a sponsor this evening of the evening reception, which we'll tell you a bit more about later, but that's RJA Dispersions. And then we have media and consulting partners, Catenary Solutions, Coating International, Inprint, and P4 Inkjet magazine. So thank you very much to all of those sponsors. Just a few housekeeping things. Hopefully everyone's got the Wi-Fi code already. If they haven't, it's up there, IMI 2016 and the password. There's a piece of paper on the desk in front of you with that. We also have a feedback survey, which is at the link there on the slide, and there's also a copy of it outside on the sign outside. We are giving a €100 prize to one of the lucky people who fills in the survey, so please do fill that in. Not just for that, but also because we find the feedback from these events, particularly a new event, extremely useful. So please do give us the feedback, either on the form or personally. Either is great, but we'd love to hear what you think about this event, good or bad. Okay. Last few things. Another thing that's a first for us, we are recording the audio from this conference to make available to delegates if they so wish. So hopefully that will work quite well and be useful to people. If you're a person that tweets, then please do feel free to tweet or update in other ways, LinkedIn, etc. We have a hashtag there, which you can see. Lastly from me, please say hello to the team. There are pictures there in case you don't recognize any of us, but 3 of us are here at the moment. Mike will be along later. Hope you enjoy the conference and find it useful. And next, I'd like to introduce Phil Double, who is our first conference chair, and he's going to introduce the first speaker.